Yo, what's up everyone? It's Dan here from NZ Octane, and I thought that I'd better do a bit of an introduction video on the new car that a lot of you might have seen on my Instagram. It is the Mazda RX8. So this one that I got is a 2003. It is the 6-speed manual, so it's also a 6-port. Came stock with 232 horsepower. I'm not too sure how much of that's left at the moment. It's, you know, over, well, almost 20 years old. Yeah, so this is the car here. Looks quite nice. It's in a pretty decent condition. I picked it up for a real good price. I picked it up for $3,000 from an old work colleague of mine who basically, he bought it 5 years ago or so and has only done about 7,000 Ks on it since he bought it. He always had plans of sort of rebuilding it and doing all that sort of stuff to it, but never ended up getting around to it, as I'm sure a lot of people, that's how their cars end up going. Yeah. And so I basically want to get into drifting, so I was on the hunt for a cheap drift car, and my boss told me that this guy was wanting to sell his RX8, which I knew that he had, and he said he was going to sell it for a decent price, so I hit him up, and yeah, he wanted $3,000 for it with the stock rims, or 4.5 with some aftermarket rims, some 19-inch ones that he had. But obviously me being a cheap ass and wanting to get newer rims on it anyway once I got a hand on the car, I went for the $3,000 stock rims, and basically they were all mismatched tires. They're all pretty shit and worn out. And yes, 2 days ago I was driving to work in it, 'cause Friday car at the moment, why not? And the back just wanted to keep stepping out. I'm like, ooh, that doesn't seem too good. So anyway, had a look, and the right rear was low as fuck. So I took it into Tyre City in Albany, where I live, and went in for one tire, and I came out with a whole new set of rims as well. So these, I believe, are NKs. They say BGW on there. All their rims sort of had that, but on the piece of paper that I got given, they were NKs. They are 8.5 wide and 18 inches, so slightly wider than the stock rims, and I just think that they look absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Sort of just accents the whole car a little bit more. The rims just stick out that little bit wider from it. You can sort of see on this side here, come out a little bit past the fenders, which is nice at the front and rear. As you can see, I have got quite a bit of shit lying around. That is because today I'm going to also be filming a video on rolling my fender flares, because it's wide, and this end here, this rear end on this side here, with too much weight, or even with no weight, it's been cutting into the tire here, the guard, just because the tires, the rims and all that now are slightly wider than what they were before. So I'm going to try and solve that with a little bit of DIY, not DUI. Sorry, my family keep coming down, so I keep pausing the recording, because I'm still not at that stage with recording videos where I'm comfortable enough to record around other people. So bit of a slow process at the moment, but this is the inside. So I've gone and taken out the rear seats already, because the first Drift Boy mod, since this will be a drift car, it's going to be a semi-slow process. Just want to already give a shout out to Boost Performance. He's been a huge help with getting me stuff for the car and just sort of helping me along with the process of the build, because it's going to be something major that I've never done before. I've only ever worked on cars a little bit, and this is going to be a full-on project, this thing. So, but yeah, the interior is quite nice, and there's a little bit of dog here and all that around. 6-speed, missing the top of the gear shifter, but nah, it's actually pretty good on the inside. It's done 118,000 Ks. I think I've put probably about 500 on it since I've got it, because I've been driving around a bit, enjoying it. I've still got the yellow Mazda up there, my daily. So this is the official project. Plans for this one. So the plans for this car is And I know all the rotary enthusiasts are gonna hate me for this, but I'm gonna be doing an LS swap. That is that's the plan for this. Don't have the money to constantly rebuild a rotary engine, and basically for drifting, people are gonna argue in the comments and argue about this, but I would argue that an LS is probably gonna be better, at least for me, in terms of drifting and reliability and what I can get out of the engine itself. Not to say that I don't like the rotary, I love the rotary. If this was an RX7, it'd be a different story, and I wouldn't be using it for drifting because I wouldn't want to put a $40,000 car into a concrete barrier. Not that I even want to put this one into a concrete barrier, but just, yeah, for what I'm going to be using the car for, the LS engine is going to be the best option for me to use. Yeah, that's the plan for this car. It will be taken off the road when I do that, and I think it'll basically become a trailer queen. I'll show you guys the engine at the moment, the engine bay. Where is it? Here we go. It's alright, I haven't done a service on it yet because I'm lazy, and also that was the plan for this weekend, but I spent all my money on my rims. Smart idea. Yeah, here's the engine bay. Relatively tidy, not too bad. It's just this little bit here which has come off somewhere. Check engine lights on as always, but I'm not too fussed. I'll basically drive this until the rotary blows up, and then I'll do the LS swap. So I'm planning on going down and doing a few of the Mad Mike Drift Force days to learn how to drift, because why not? It's going to be the best thing for me, and I don't want to drift on the street and all that. It's just, I don't want to lose my license. I need it to get to and from work, and yeah, there's more money that I'll be spending on fines, which is money that could be going onto the car. So I don't really want to waste money on that, and I don't want to fucking break it on the street. I'd rather bust something down at Hampton Downs where I'll be learning, and actually then just be able to trailer it back up here and not have to worry too much. So yeah, that's the plans for this car, and yeah, hopefully it goes well. It's going to be a bit of a long journey and a very massive learning curve for me, so hopefully you guys stick around and enjoy it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.